This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazeltine Standard Speaker.
A story about steel, how bringing a piece of the World Trade Center back to Hazeltine moved a firefighter formerly from our area. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Today we have part 2 of Lisa Sugart's interview with 2 men who started the Hazeltine Remembers 9/11 tribute in the area. She picks up the story asking former local firefighter Joe Bugda what it was like going to pick up a piece of the World Trade Center for a memorial in Hazeltine.
Sure, it was a difficult day. I mean, you were doing something good so that people could remember, but I'm sure that was tough to see that and to bring it home.
It was, and you know, you think we're at the FDNY training facility for their firefighters, and to see they had a crucifix constructed on their site there out of the same type steel that we brought home to the city for our memorial. And just the fact, you know, Vinny walked us across the lot, and I remember seeing this the pile of the steel there. And before the gentleman even got a chance to cut it, I wanted to touch it. I wanted to put my hand on it. And till this day, as a matter of fact, I just shared this story with a couple of coworkers here at work. To see the thickness of that steel, to feel the weight of the small piece of steel that we brought home. It literally took 3 of us to put it in the back of my vehicle to bring it home. And it's not a very large piece, but to feel the weight of that steel, and to know that those buildings came down the way they did, it still gives me chills when I think about it.
Tony, do you think that people are starting to forget? I mean, this is going to be the 20-year anniversary coming up, and you are having another memorial on September 13th.
Unfortunately, so it's sad. I think people are starting to forget. I've been to New York several times since. The day we went, 3 days after the fact, it was tremendous, that the outpour for firefighters and first responders. Vinny had me back to Ground Zero a few years later, and it's not the same. It's just, you know, even around here in Hazeltine, I've gotten from several people, you know, it's 10 years, it's 15 years, you know, it's time we forget. Well, Hazeltine Fire Department, this memorial service will go on as long as I'm still have air in my lungs, and if I'm gone, Joe will orchestrate it from Florida.
Joe, do you think people are still remembering, or are they starting to forget?
I think, unfortunately, we live in a society where you almost, and I hate to even phrase it this way, it happened, it was tragic, people moved on. And I don't really understand that mentality. And I've made this comparison over the years, even when I was still living back in Hazeltine. For fire departments in the city of New York, this was my generation's Pearl Harbor. And it may be an absolutely horrible reference, but for me, that's as close as I can get it to. And we don't forget the events of Pearl Harbor. I know that was, you know, a military operation. 9/11 ended up becoming a military operation. I do think people have forgotten, but I also believe in my heart that there's key people out there like myself and Tony, firefighters here in Apopka, Florida, and Orlando, firefighters in West Hazeltine, New York City. I could go on and on. That whether you're a 22-year-old rookie firefighter or you're a 55, 65-year-old veteran, as a member of the fire service, you have to remember this day, 9/11/2001, and take time to commemorate those people that had their lives changed forever by the horrific events that happened that day.
Tony, I know the program is taking place on September 13th this year, the Monday, at 6 p.m. at Annunciation Parish. That's inside St. Gabriel's Church in Hazeltine. What do you want to say to people to encourage them to come out and, you know, show a sign of support and unity that we will never forget what happened on that horrific day?
I'd like to urge all residents to come out that night at 6 o'clock to remember that tragic day. And also, it's time we reunite this country, because there's so much bad things going on all over. You listen to the news, it's just unfortunate. But it's time we pull together and become one and remember that 9/11 day, that horrible day. Yes, we've gotten together for 20 years. Now it's time for us to, like Joe said, move forward, but don't forget what passed. Remember those people and just hope that this type of day doesn't ever happen again, and become one. Like Chief, he has one family. But, I don't see that. I mean, I see everybody's going different ways. Your life's busy and everybody's going different ways. My goal, and I know Joe agrees with this, I'd love to see Annunciation Parish full blue one night. Just full, packed with firefighters. Each year we get a bigger crowd. We get more public, but this year I'm just hoping for the 20th year that we really get everybody comes and remembers.
Again, it is Monday, September 13th at 6 p.m. at Annunciation Parish, which is St. Gabriel's Church in Hazeltine. Everyone is welcome. Thank you guys, both of you, for doing what you did to have this continue each and every year in the city. We must never forget.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Frankie's Pizzeria and Restaurant in downtown Hazeltine. For more information on their specials, hours, and where you can find their delicious tavern pizza, you can call 570-454-6000 or you can visit their Facebook page.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Friday, sunny with a high in the 60s, wind gusts as high as 22 miles per hour. Friday night, clear with a low around 50 degrees. Saturday, sunny with a high near 70 degrees. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low in the 50s. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high in the 70s. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 60 degrees. Monday, a chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high in the 70s. And Monday night, a chance of showers, partly cloudy with a low in the 50s. Now to the SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. In local cross country, Riley Schwalm and Katie McCormick led North Schuylkill to a sweep. Kaylee Senglar was second for Monoy area in their sweep. Ashlyn Klitsch helped Marion to victory in girls volleyball with 20 assists. Shenandoah Valley swept by Schuylkill Haven. The Devils got 23 assists from Faith Gottschall. In girls golf, Hazelton area tied Elk Lake. Isabel Sirach led the Lady Cougars with a score of 47. The next show in the Greater Hazeltine Concert Series is on Friday night at the Hazelton Area High School. The Doo-Wop Project will take the stage at 7:30 p.m., performing hits from Jason Mraz and Maroon 5 to The Temptations and The Four Seasons and much more. For ticket information, go to hazeltonconcertseries.org. SSPTV News will be right back.
This weekend, the Freeland Marketplace is going back to the 1940s and World War II years. For a full list of events taking place, or for more information, you are asked to visit WW2 Weekend at the Freeland Marketplace on Facebook. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Scranton St. Patrick's Day Parade for 2021 will be held on Saturday, September 18th, with the parade beginning at 11:45 a.m. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Emily M. Beck, age 101 of Weatherly, the Crofton News Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. Angeline Bleschlein, age 96 of Douglasville. Mass will be held on Monday at 10 a.m. at St. John Bosco Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call on Sunday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home and Drums. Elizabeth May Slavic of Upper Lehigh, the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. And Lorraine Williams, age 72 of Hazelton. Mass will be held on Saturday at 10 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call on Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Joseph Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.